Hello, my name is Stephen Waters and welcome to the Scorchsoft training video for officelandscapes.co.uk in ModX. In this video I will cover the creation of new web pages, deleting pages, the different templates we have set up and the differences between them, what template variables are and how they are used, the creation of galleries, adding content and the upload of files for use on the site. The ModX admin area can be reached at officelandscapes.co.uk/manager, and once logged in you will reach the dashboard page as shown. You will notice the left-hand panel has three choices: Resources, which holds all the web pages created on the site, as shown; Elements, which holds the back-end code, which we do not need to concern ourselves with; and Files, which show the file structure and allows for the uploading of files and images, which I will explain in more detail later. To begin with, we will create a new page, which is done by clicking the New Document button in the resource menu. This will open the new document page. The title field is the name of the page and will be shown in the header section of the page underneath the menu, as shown. The menu title is a bit self-explanatory and shows the title of the page that will be held in the menu. The Settings tab holds the parent resource, which you click and then select in order to choose which section of the website that the page will go into, and the menu index is a descending list of numbers which will organise the pages on the menu, as so. The Uses Template drop-down contains a list of all available templates, which I will discuss in more detail in a moment, with the most common of which being Standard Page. Upon selecting a template, it is advised to save the page. This is so the page can refresh, which will in turn load in the individual template variables for the selected template. Content for the page is entered in the contact box below. Okay, so now we'll do a little test. Title can be test page. Menu title can be test menu. You must select the publish checkbox so that it's a live page. Test page content. In settings, you select parent resource, which for now we'll have about us, so that it'll go into the about us menu, and we'll give it a number 8 so that it's at the bottom. Also select standard page and save. This will reload the page. And you'll notice in here, in template variables, after selecting the template, it's loaded in the individual template variables for said template, which I'll go into further detail in a moment. Now, if we just refresh the page, we can see test menu has been added to the menu. We've got the title there and the content there. And that is the basics of how to create a page. Now, to delete a page, we find it in the list here, which is there. There it is, delete. Click delete. Now you'll notice we're still on the same page. This is because ModX will delete the page, but only temporarily. As you'll notice, it's still in the file structure and it's now red and got a line through it, and that is because it's temporarily deleted. To remove it fully, you have to click remove deleted resources. Which in turn, if we go here, it has now been removed from the menu and is no longer in the system. A quick note on deleting: if you do decide to delete a page, it will warn you that any subsequent pages or child pages which have been linked to that page as its parent, if you delete that page, any child pages will be deleted as well. So it will give you a warning about that just in case, but it's just to be aware of. We will now move on to templates. These are page templates which govern how the page looks. The most important of these from the drop down are homepage, which governs how the homepage layout looks; standard page, which is the most commonly used one, and governs any general pages that we will create. News post governs how the news article section pages are displayed, and news template will cover how the pages are shown in the what our customers say section. Each has their own template variables assigned, which I will now explain. I will use a live page as an example, and which you will notice uses the standard page template. As you can see, this is an example of how the standard page template is structured, and here is the code for it. Now you'll notice that the content only covers this section here. We have divided it up in template variables in order to make it easier to use. Now you'll notice content 1 has the image there, which can be selected by clicking the drop down and selecting an image from the files. The page header, which is plant displays and containers brochures, which is there, and the image there, and the image link, which is the link which will you will get to if you click on the image there. And if we click content 2, you'll notice schemes in the content box, or content 2 box rather, the image 1 and content 2 header. Now you'll notice content 2 header is empty because we do not have a header. We've displayed it in there, and the image is displayed on the left hand side. We've done this so that it's easier to set out the page, and now you'll notice there are 14 different content boxes. This is so you can go through the page and have images on either side, and you'll go through and it will keep alternating down the page with an image on the left, then the right with the text on the opposite side, so as to sort it out and make the page neater and make it easier to implement than if we were just entering it into this individual content box. Now, as you'll notice, if we get down to content 4, images have just been input as so. This can be done and is easier for if you wish to have it in this style where the images are displayed down the page in the center. Now you'll notice we have this green button for the send inquiry. This is found in the green button category, and it is merely just green button on or off. You select that. If it's off, then it won't display. If it's on, it will. And for the moment, it will automatically link to the contact page. If you wished it to link to anywhere else, you just enter the link of the page and it will go to there. And finally, at the bottom, we have a gallery of images, which is held in gallery. Again, the same radio button to select whether the gallery is on or off, and the album. This is a drop down, and I will explain how you can set up and govern galleries later on. The brochures and books categories are both off on this, but you'll notice if I go to the brochure downloads page, and the same in here, this page has no content other than having brochures set to on, and this will display each of the brochures which are set in the gallery, which again I'll go into detail now. If you go into gallery, it's brochure album number 7. If you can create an album, but the number next to each album, which it will give automatically, is the number of the gallery album which you need to enter into here. If we select this for the brochures album, you can name the album there, and here you can upload items, and I'll just show you this to update. You enter a name, which is the name that will be displayed here, which is the title for the brochure, the description, which comes below, and the URL, which is the link which the image will link to. So if you click here or here, it will open in a new page the PDF for the brochure we just clicked. That's thus. And now you'll notice the same with books. Selected on, and they're displayed there, which is gallery number 8. Which if we just there we are, books number 8. Which holds each of those. Now if we go back to the live page, this gallery is the individual gallery for the live page. Now if we wanted to create a new page with a completely different gallery album, just click create album, you enter the name and description. So just select active, and you can enter it through there. Our number is 16, and then upload item. This will open the name, description, URL. You can choose the file that you want to upload there. This will then add the file or image, in this case, into the gallery, which will then be selected via this, or rather not in books, rather gallery. Yeah, where we'll select on, and it will come up in here, and you just select it and it will display it at the bottom. The gallery will always displayed at the bottom of the page in this format. If there's less images, it will squash together so that it will space out evenly. And if you click an image, it will automatically put any image that you upload into this format so that you can view them in this way. If you'll notice this top button as well, clicking this will take you to the top of the page. This is input on every single page, so you don't really need to worry about it, but I thought I would mention it. Now for a news page, we go to news, which will open up this page, which automatically takes any pages added into this category and outputs them in this way. Now if we go to interior plants, you'll notice it is news post and the content has been filled in. Now in template variables, here we have news image. Now this again will open up this, and you select an image which in turn will be shown at the side of this section. Clicking read more or the title will take you into the actual news page itself, where the content is displayed. You can click here to return to news articles, but other than that it is very much like the standard page where you can enter content. However, all content must be entered into here. It is not set up in the same way with the template variables to govern the side-by-side images to text ratio. Now if we take a quick look at what our customers say, you'll notice it's just the one page with a list of quotes and person's name and the company they work for which are quoting. Now these are individual pages in here. So if we go to Juliet Print, which is the first one on the list, you'll notice the actual quote itself is inside the content area, and the name and company are held in template variable fields in testimonials, as shown, quotee and company. Now the page itself will automatically pull in any pages that are inside the what our customers say section. It will pull in the content and place it as such, and it will also pull in the quotee name and company and put it below in bold. So that is just the basics of how to create a what our customers say page. Now for general content, if we go to news as an example and go into interior plants, And the same in here. If you are entering content into one of the content boxes, but whether it be the main content box or a template variable, if you're copying from another website, please copy into a program such as Notepad first, just so if you copy it straight from the website into the content box, sometimes we have the problem where it will retain the styling off the other website. So when it comes to the actual page, if it's got the styling from the other website, the text will be a different font and it can cause no end of problems. So if you copy it into a program such as Notepad first and then into the content area, this will remove any styling from it and make it so it will use the default styling off the website, so it will all look fine. Now, for links in here, if we use this one, for example, this is a link to Plants Can Improve Student Performance page, which is another link, another news article rather, as you can see there. If we just open this up ever slightly, you can notice that's got number 56 as a resource ID. Now, for linking to other pages on the same website, you have to use this format, which is double open square bracket, squiggly line, and then the resource number for said page, which you can find out by looking in the resource panel on the left and finding the page you want, and then getting the number from it, putting the number, and then another squiggly line and close square brackets. And this is the way that Modex routes all links. For any other outside links to external websites, you put it in exactly the same as you normally would, but for any internal links, this is the way to do it. The same goes for links to PDFs. Anything you upload in the file section, any PDFs, you just put in the link, the URL for the said file. And for an example of that, we'll just go to the Live Plants page. And you'll notice here, click here to view our digital brochure. This is a link to the brochure. See how it's a PDF file and it's held in brochures, which if we go into the file section, brochures, and here's the PDFs. So that's just a link in here. It'll link to the PDF, and if you click it, as I'll demonstrate now. You'll open the brochure. Now, since I've just touched on PDFs, I'll show you how to upload files, such as PDFs or images. It's in the Files menu, and then you click Upload Files, Add, and it will open up this. So say want to upload an image, say. I'll create that and you just click Upload. Say OK, and you'll notice it's been added into the file structure there. And to link to that is, as I've just explained, with the digital brochures. Now, another little feature we've added is this Please Contact Us link. Now, I'll just demonstrate it in here. You'll notice you can click here and it will open up the two forms as such. Now, if you click Please Contact Us here, you'll notice it's opened it again. Clicking it again closes it. Now, to make any link that will open or close that, you just put a hash in there, which will redirect to the same page, but the jQuery we've written will actually completely, it won't link anywhere, it just stops itself. It opens a new frame, and then when you go to advanced, you add into classes callback drop down, and then update, and when you come back here you'll be able to select it in here. You have to go into advanced first and add it into classes, and then only then will it be added into the class drop down here, where you will select it and click update again, and that will give you the functionality to open and close the drop down. Another little feature we've implemented, which I can show you on the home page, this will be on any page, but if you go into template variables, down we have a template variable called keywords, which is a list of meta keywords. This is for SEO purposes, but we have a set of SEO keywords set up on the page anyway, but these are just to add in any individual ones or any extra ones that you feel should be added for individual pages, just in case there are any, which, such as on the Christmas trees page, you could add in Christmas trees so that it won't find it on other pages, but it will link to that page individually. For inputting any other content into the page, you can insert or edit an image. It's very self-explanatory and quite easy to follow. You just select the image, we'll open up this page, and you can select one of the images that have already been uploaded or that you can upload into the files menu, and select it, and it will display on the page. Another quick thing to note is on the grounds maintenance page, we have this slider at the top. Now if you wish to have another page like this, I'll show you on the grounds maintenance page how it's used. You go into template variables, come down here, and the slider. Now you select on, and the slider album, much like you do any other gallery, you just select the album you want, and it will run through those images at a certain pace as shown. There we go. Now with some pages, as you'll notice, we have in the artificial plants page called brochure downloads, we have the same one in live plants and in exterior. Now these are all the exact same pages, so for ease of use we have brochure downloads there, which is the actual page. These two here are both symlinks. They are used up here where you just click create new symlink. You can set a title for it, but as long as you put in the page number that you wish, so 17 in this case, that will make a new page as such. So it will create a new page in a new menu area, but it will just basically link to this page instead. And that's just for ease of use. If ever you're creating a page which is exactly the same as another but want it in a different area of the site, you just use a symlink. You can also, of course, set the parent resource and the menu index so that it will show in the different menus. Another little feature is for footer links, which, if we show you here, are these links here. These will link to each of the pages. Now this is held in this footer links document at the bottom. You'll notice it's greyed out ever so slightly. This is because it's hidden from the menu, which is done by clicking this button. This will stop it from being pulled into the main menu. Now for some of these items at the bottom here, such as privacy, cookies, terms and sitemap, these, as you'll notice, have also all been hidden from the menu as they're greyed out, but this footer link will pull these ones out individually by itself. Now as far as these are concerned, it is set out in this format, which you must edit if you want to change any of them. This is the link name, which if you look, news, so that's that part. We have the ahref, and this bit is the link to the news page, which as you'll see is there, number 6. You must use this format, so if you're trying to replace one, you're better just basically taking this text, changing it, and then just changing this number. It's very much easier to do, but as long as you keep this format, it will keep everything correct. And that concludes the Scorched Off training video for officelandscapes.co.uk in ModX. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at Scorchsoft and we'll be happy to help. Thank you very much.